Hi, I'm James West. This is Midas Letter Money. My next guest is developing the commodity that's taking the investment world by storm lately. Aubrey Evely is the president and CEO of Zenyatta Ventures Limited, trades under the TSX Venture under the symbol ZEN. Aubrey, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, James.
So Aubrey, you're developing a graphite deposit that is a hydrothermal graphite deposit. So you've got two things going for you. You're looking for the latest, hottest commodity in the market, and you're also developing an alternative framework for that. Tell us a bit about your deposit.
It's an exploration project. We accidentally discovered it in the fall of last year. You're right, it's unique in that it's hydrothermal. Unlike some of the other deposits you know about, like the flake in sediments or metamorphosed gneissic material. This is hydrothermal, so think of it as a vein of graphite.
Okay, so it's a vein hosted in a hydrothermal host rock.
Breccia. Yeah.
Breccia, okay. And so how does that differentiate then from the types you were talking about? That was a bit technical in layman's terms.
Yeah, I mean, those are more sedimentary, and this would be related to a fluid coming off a intrusive body. Just think of quartz vein, for example, a fluid like a quartz vein, but think graphite instead of quartz. It comes up through other rocks, brecciates it, and eventually solidifies into what we see today as graphite.
Okay, so where are you at in the evolution of this project?
Well, we just discovered it. We've done some studies at Lakehead University. We found that there's a range of flake size from coarse, medium, and fine. We've now sent a mini bulk sample to SGS Lakefield. Now we need to know what the purity is.
Okay, so assuming it's the high flake, high impact variety that is used in lithium-ion batteries, I noticed that you have a significant shareholder in the form of Cliffs Natural Resources. Tell us a bit about that relationship and what their ownership position is.
Well, Cliffs owns 11.8% of Zenyatta, and I don't know if they would add to it or what. I'm not sure what their plans would be in the long term, but they're watching this project very closely as well.
Okay, so how much money have you got in the bank right now to pursue your development?
We got about 3.5 million in the bank right now.
Okay.
Shares outstanding, 39 million. Fully diluted, about 54 million.
Great. So then in the next 12 months, 24 months, what would an investor getting involved now have to look forward to drive shareholder value?
Well, we do think that this is pretty large based on the conductor.
When you say pretty large?
The conductor measures about 1,400 meters by 800 meters wide. Now, we've drilled a hole right in the middle of it, and we've got the graphite. We need to go back and drill more holes further east, west, north, and south to firm that up.
So it's open in all directions.
It's open in all directions. We do suspect that this is graphite, but of course, you have to prove it.
Right. Okay, so tell us a bit about the area in which you're working in terms of infrastructure, ease of permitting, that kind of thing. Infrastructure
is great. We're 30 kilometers north of the Trans-Canada Highway. Rail lines close by, gas pipeline, all-weather roads within 4 kilometers of the deposit.
I see. And who is driving the technical exploration plan?
Our geologists. We have a team of people, technical people within the firm, and we do rely on outside contractors as well, and consultants, and we'll pull them in as we need them.
Okay, so let's talk a bit about the applications for graphite. What is it that's driving the price of graphite, and why are so many companies moving to obtain graphite deposits at this time?
I guess the traditional uses were in the steel industry, carbon brushes, brake linings. There's lots of traditional uses, but what's catching the market's excitement is the new uses, like the lithium-ion batteries, pebble bed reactors, fuel cells, things like that.
Okay, and so if I was to be an investor in graphite today, I mean, the price of graphite right now, where does it range?
Well, again, it really depends on your flake size and your purity. Those are the two key components. It's not enough just to have good flake size, you still need the purity as well. So depending on the product you produce out of a mill, it's going to go to a certain use and demand a certain price.
Okay, so what is the range of prices then?
Well, the range of price can go from 300 a ton of graphite all the ways up to many thousands per ton of graphite.
Okay, now tell us a bit about your background.
I'm a geologist, graduated from Memorial University in Newfoundland. I've been in the business for about 25 years. I've been involved in many junior mining companies and consulted for many majors as well.
Okay. Now, let's talk a bit about the graphite industry in general. You're currently focused on this one hydrothermal project. Are you looking for further acquisitions?
Yes. We are looking at other things right now, presently. Can't say at this point in time whether we'll get those projects we're seeking, but we are pursuing other things.
Okay, so at this point we've got drilling to look forward to, lots of results, a bulk sample coming up.
From SGS Lakefield,
From SGS Lakefield, that'll give us an idea of grade and size.
Purity, yeah.
Purity. Okay, well that's really interesting. We're going to keep an eye on that. I'd like to thank you for joining us today, Aubrey.
Thank you, James.
If you'd like to learn more about Zenyatta Ventures, visit them online at zenyatta.ca. That's ZENYATTA.ca. And if you'd like to learn more about companies like Zenyatta, visit midasletter.com. I'm James West. This is Midas Letter Money.